This is Astor of Aztec Man. We are here to serve all of you.
Hello, Astar.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming in our space today. I'm very honored to connect with you once again.
It is our pleasure.
Today, I would like to allow you to speak on any subject you think is more appropriate on the current development on Earth right now.
Yes. First of all, it is very important for you guys to remove yourself from devices. We've been talking about this over and over in many other channeling, not from our group, but so many other sources, including with 90 Pleiadians. The reason why you need to remove yourself from those devices are so you can focus on your soul passion, your soul desires, your soul cravings, your natural want and need, instead of you get triggered by looking at something, looking at external sources. So these devices provide information to you, and that will trigger you in good or bad. And instead, because we do see that is as a distraction, instead of having a deep selective focuses on something which is more important, which is something your soul wants to do, versus your focus is kind of goes left and right because you get distracted by new information here and there. So you can't quite focus on the target, which is in many of your cases to assisting ascension. So a lot of times in your world, people do speak about have laser focus, so you can manifest something, you can make something come true, which is true. But when you are distracted by so many different informations, it's very difficult to focus on something you also consider the most important. That also contribute for delay. Even though we are always on the right track, delay in your point of view of ascension. Because when you spend 2 minutes or 5 minutes on looking at things instead of focusing on one thing, those 2 minutes or 5 minute things will accumulate in a big picture. Does it make sense?
It does, yeah, and I guess it also creates confusion instead of clarity.
Yes.
Mm.
So this is a lot of reasons why we tell you to not delve into those truth investigations, because many of you do know what's going on in a basic level. So once you know what's going on, what's happening, you don't need to know any of other details, because that's only gives you a smudge on your creation. Because instead of you focusing on your missions or what your soul feels really happy and passionate and then vibrating in a higher level, when you peak on these kind of things, your vibrational levels gets very muddy. Regardless of, this seems true or not. If it doesn't make you feel high frequency, it doesn't make you feel empowered. Not empowered because you have knowledge, empowered so you feel limitless. You feel so connected to the source. You feel you can do anything. Unless you feel like that, those information are not necessary to listen to. Sometimes we do understand you do have a guilty pleasure to look at things, almost like looking at the gossip magazines. We do understand that, but even that, you do want to be selective of what do you want to listen to. Because when any information makes you feel even little shade of fear, you are not contributing ascension.
Because you lower vibration.
Yes, you're contributing, elongating the old timelines, old creations to stay longer. In other words, you are contributing 3D formation, 3D manifestation, staying in 3D matrix. Any word you choose to understand, that's how you are contributing. Because when you put any kind of energy, you are putting your energy of the source, energy of creation. So you do have to tell yourself, what do I contributing my energy into? Am I contributing to creating a better world? Or am I contributing, prolonging this world we are trying to let go?
Yeah, this is a great reminder. Thank you, Ashtar. I'm assuming that many people, including myself, perhaps that's why I come to this idea. Sometimes I will check what's going on, whether in usually social media or alternative media, but still there's a lot of fear mongering news there as well, because we are tired of this situation. We want things to move forward. We want to see the ascension process unfolding, and we cannot wait. We are just like looking forward, longing for the shift. So that being said, could you perhaps give us an overview or an update of the ascension process?
Well, first of all, we like to tell you, looking at outside information doesn't make you speed up the ascension. It will slow you down. So we tell you to stop looking at it. We are telling you over and over to look within yourself, because you are the creator, each one of you. Creation doesn't happen from outside. When you look at outside, you're only creating something, the copy of it, by taking essence from outside. Unless that's what you want to create. So it's very important for you to be aware of what is going on inside of you, how you're feeling. What do you want? And that will speed up the ascension process if each one of you start doing that. The complexity of energetic weaving will drop, because what you create inside is a lot more simple than outside. So all of these structures will drop when you really start focusing on inside. When you really start focusing on what you really want in your life. The reason why we tell you not to look at the outside, because we are not saying to put your head in your sand. We're saying this because we understand how you operate. It is a lot easier for us to create something in your environment while we are having our consciousness, so we don't still get distracted by knowing all this information, but that is more the master level of manifestor to do this. It's very difficult to, when you try to do something, it's very difficult to do 5 other things while you are focusing on one main thing you really want to do. If you want to succeed on something in more than adequate manner, means doing a pretty good job. Do one thing at a time. Not having so many focus on so many things. So everyone do have their desire, their want, and easiest thing to understand what you want is focusing within yourself, not outside, within yourself. So to looking into the current situation, when you want to have good temperature of what's going on outside, we suggest you to focusing on what's going on within yourself. And then compare if outside it reflects on what's going on in your inside. There is a correlation between those. So after you notice that fact, you'll be more mindful of one, what you pay attention to, two, focusing on more within yourself. A lot of times you shift one reality to another reality, means you shift one timeline to another timeline in a big way after you work on yourself. You may notice design of the app changes on your phone. You just think, oh, they just changed the app. But that is one of the signs your physical reality tells you you shifted the other reality.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do want to change your current situation, we will recommend you to, one, work on yourself. I know many of you are sick of hearing this, but still. And two, this world is not some kind of a training camp. So working on yourself 24/7 is tiring. So, take a rest, relax, enjoy your life as much as you can at the way you are at. So often when you put yourself in nature environment and cut yourself off from any kind of outside information, all you find is peace.
Mm-hmm.
All you find is balance.
And beauty and love and perfection.
Yes, because Earth has already ascended.
Yes, yes.
So you surround yourself in 5D frequency energies along with animals. Mm. Animals are already ascended. Humans aren't.
Yeah.
So this is what we suggest. Right now, you are experiencing a lot of tribulation. The reason why you're experiencing this because of the focus. Many of them are wibbling between one line to another. I'm not saying taking one group to another. We're not saying that. We're talking about energetically. When you don't have laser focus attitude toward what you want to focus on, when you are focusing one vibration at one time, then you listen to some news or information, and then you are shifting to totally different vibration. That's very unstable. So when yourself is unstable vibrationally, it's very difficult to manifest anything stable. So
yeah,
this is the part of the reason we tell you to not to look at outside, not to listen to outside of the information, and focus within your small life. It's not small, but your mind tells you it's very small, and then focusing on just what you want, and your life doesn't seem like contributing anything. But we are telling you to do this because this is the easiest way for you to overcome. For you to have a laser focus on what you want to do, which is ascension.
Yes. Yeah, I understand what you mean too. So just to say this in other words, you're saying that we stabilize in the fifth dimension in higher vibration, because many people right now are wobbling between, we are in the shift between from the third to the fifth, and many people are in between all of these three dimensions, and that's what we are also experiencing in our external world.
Yes. So it's very important to have a discernment on what kind of information you are getting, and any kind of information, including a spiritual community, makes you feel into fear or makes you feel tense up, or makes you feel like you need to fight against something. That is not a 5D information. That is not the direction you want to go into. That is you are contributing, prolonging the present situation. The reason why many of you are feeling stagnant situation, because you are not focusing on one big vibration. You are shifting one point to another, like so frequently.
Yeah. What advice do you have for people who, for some reason or another, they will get how you say, they will come to see, for some reason they will see some news that contain fear? How should they manage something like this?
Well, we would recommend not to watch them, but when you happen to watch those, immediately go watch something or listen to some music or do something makes you feel happy, so you can forget about those information.
Okay, consciously choose to raise your frequency.
Consciously choose to expose yourself to a positive information or positive music or positive resources.
Yeah, because we are social beings and we are constantly being bombarded with information that contains fear. And
yes, this is why we're recommending you to peel yourself off from devices.
Yeah.
Because when you immerse yourself into nature, you don't really have too much information coming onto you.
Yes.
You are in a stable, balanced situation. Especially where you are at.
Yeah, where I am now, it's like heaven. I'm in this pristine island, and what you said, that Gaia and the animals and the plants have ascended, I can feel this very strongly when I'm just quiet and I'm feeling the energy that they emanate and connect with their consciousness. It's so powerful.
Yes, so you can start doing that and then invite other people to do the same. More and more people start doing that, then everything will stabilize into the direction you all want to be at. So when you constantly peeking into what's going on, it's not always helpful. Because it's almost like when you try to manifest something and try to peek in, is this happening? Is this happening? Is this happening? Is this happening? When did this happen? It doesn't seem like happening. What's going on? That is not happening. That is not helping to manifest anything. Because technically you're shifting so many different timelines at the same time, or every seconds. So you're not staying on to any one particular timeline.
Yeah.
This is why many people seems like things are not stable.
Yeah, and I guess also the doubt is also contributing to this instability, instead of when we come from a space of having faith and confidence, then the manifestation is strong.
Yes, so having so many information doesn't always contribute to clarity.
Yeah.
Because you can only see clarity within yourself, not outside.
Yeah. And with what that being said, you just triggered my thoughts in many colleagues and people I know in our spiritual field, quote unquote, that they just want to ingest more and more information, and sometimes they end up being just completely overwhelmed and drowning in too much information, and then they actually lose what they are looking for, which is balance and peace.
Yes, this is why we always tell you to be in nature, not with devices.
Yeah, because in nature nature is just ease. It's the more I connect with it, the more I see the profundity and the beauty, and it's a way of recharging and also releasing all the pressure.
Yes, and bring yourself back into balance. Because you have a body, and your body is made by earth, and that's how you tune yourself into 5D frequency, simply putting yourself in the nature.
So does this concept exist of the new earth and the old earth?
It's about timelines. It's about all reality exists at the same time. All timelines exist at the same time. So more you shift your consciousness, you will shift into high frequency consciousness timelines. So once you have a high consciousness, you don't tune into different frequencies. So it's not about you suddenly shift from one earth to another. It's about shifting your consciousness, shifting your focus, shifting your frequency to chosen ranges.
Because some in our field have talked about this split between the old and the new earth, and there's some that will stay in the old earth and some will quote unquote move into the new earth, and so on and so forth. Do you what is your
that is a level of the consciousness one soul decided to stick in. So you can force other people to choose one consciousness over another. That is ultimately a decision of a soul, a free will. But when you are going to put that practice into logical mind explanation, of course you will choose this explanation of two earths.
Yeah, yeah. But it's more like a metaphor, you say?
Yes.
I understand. Okay. Yeah.
This is why exposing yourself into so many informations or exposing yourself to the information puts you even a little bit of fear isn't helpful. Because right now all of you are practicing how to stabilize your consciousness, how to let go of an old consciousness which is no longer serving you. How do you consciously create a new timeline?
So we are literally in a way you can say that we are holding the frequency, holding like the is it like also affecting the collective? That's
yes.
Okay.
This is why you need to be responsible. What kind of frequency you're putting yourself into.
So the more people vibrate and operate from a high frequency, the more they affect the whole the group, the collective.
Yes. So easiest way is to be simple.
Yeah. And is it like the monkey effect? Is it possible that when we reach a certain a level of high frequency, is it possible that we will affect
yes,
others too? Okay, of course with the free will, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. So yeah, I understand the importance of holding this high frequency.
Yes, so easiest way to hold high frequency is not by will, by what makes it easiest for you to hold high frequency. This is why we are telling you to focus in means all of you. Something makes you happy.
Yes, exactly.
Instead of outside.
Yeah. To follow our joy.
Yes. And follow your passion.
Yes.
And also resting, relaxing is important, because when you are creating something new, you need a lot of energy within yourself to create something. Creation energy requires a lot of amount of energy. So when you don't have enough energy within yourself, it's very difficult to create. So sometimes in between the time, we often tell people to rest, relax. And that is not being lazy or not doing your mission or slacking off something. Because you can keep on running. That is more of 3D sort of way of living. You don't have to do everything on your own. You can sometimes delegate your guide, your higher self to what you want, and then relax. This is also something important for some of you to do.
Yeah, that's a great reminder.
Yes.
Yeah. So I heard that fatigue is quite common nowadays to many people in this field.
Yes.
So it's important that we take care of ourselves.
Yes, that is a basic way of having stable frequency. Self-care is very important. Because without caring yourself and loving yourself, how can you care others?
Exactly. I always say you cannot give what you don't have.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Asta. I have really enjoyed our connection today.
Yes.
Thank you very much for these beautiful messages. I hope they will inspire and support and assist the people who will be listening to us today. And I'm looking forward to connect with you in our next episode.
Yes. This is Asta of Asta Command. We are here to serve all. That was a long message.
And very much needed, I think.
Oh yeah. I really liked how Asta went through all details. I have no idea what detail was about, but me and Sue in my podcast talked about fear in social media in my channel, which, you know, if you guys are interested in, please go to my channel and listen to. But I think Asta elaborated a lot more.
Yeah.
With a lot of stuff we can, connect it with or touch into, right? Like what's going on in our current world or personal life, that kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah, totally. There were many little details that he went into, that he explained and made really a lot of sense, connecting many dots and understanding even deeper the reason why. That's how I perceived it. The reason why it's so important that we keep our frequency high.
Yeah, like I've been told by my guide, including my higher self, relax and rest. And it's very hard because I'm a kind of workaholic. You know, even on the vacation, I can totally not making content. I'm that workaholic. But I was told to relax and then not to do much. Yeah. So I've been not doing it since July and June too, and I was kind of still doing something, and then I think last week, guys, don't text and walk at the same time. I fell and then I hit my leg and I hit my hands, so it's very difficult for me to do anything. I mean, now I can walk a little better and I can hold something, so I can start cooking now, but I had to rest for real, like.
And that was the purpose, I guess, of of this accident. I think it was your guides telling you, Eric, for God's sake, just chill, just relax, just
stop. Because I couldn't even make any content. Maybe I made one TikTok content a day during this, me resting.
Yeah.
Because I only thing I could do is push the button, so I couldn't even get onto my laptop and typing anything.
Wow. Yeah.
So resting, they were telling me resting was very important because you can create without resting, like my new beginning and stuff like that. They keep on telling me that.
Yeah.
And they can bring anything to delegate or whatever I tell them to do without me relaxing. So they kept on telling me about that, and now I'm kind of relaxing. And then more you relax, like I guess more you are, instead of like you having like a zero fuel, like you started having enough fuel, and then you kind of look at other people's content and other people's stuff because you're not doing much anything on your own. Then you get inspired. So while you are not doing something, you're also like feeling your desire to create something or desire to do something.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like incubating something.
Yeah. And often this is where, all the creativity sprouts from and where the most amazing ideas come from.
Yeah. So that's what I can personally share with you guys about how important the resting is.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, awesome. Erica, it was awesome today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
I hope you guys enjoyed. And you can find Erica's personal YouTube channel in the description link below. And also there is her website where you can contact her if you want for private sessions. Thank you very, very much all for watching. Erica, again, thank you so much.
Thank you. See you next
Okay,
week,
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.